Thank you, Mr. Manouch, for conducting such an interactive and insightful training session. I'm sure that all participants are taking some key takeaways from this event. With takeaways, it reminds me, if you want to take a get takeaway, do participate in the contest, if it's not done until now. With this, I invite our next speaker, Dr. Karim El Khalifa. Dr. Karim El Khalifa is a QA Deputy Manager at El Andalus Pharmaceutical Industrial. As a great industry leader in the pharmaceutical industry, we welcome him to share a case study presentation on the digital transformation journey and growth of Al Andalus. Welcome, Mr. Karim.
Great event. We will speak about our case study in our company for digital transformation. We will start about two simple questions. Now, what about the challenges you face in the manufacturing industry? Do you face cost challenges? Yes or no? Yes. Regulatory pressure? Yes or no? Yes. What about audits? Sure. So actually this is the problem of all of us, or not the problem, this is the challenges of all of us. So no solution other than digitalization. Nowadays, in the information era, we have a lot of challenges. All companies search for export opportunities, and so we will face audits and audits and audits. So we will be asked about compliance, data integrity. So the only solution is digitalization. We will speak about our company, Al Andalus. Actually, our top management is committed to be from the top companies in MENA region and Africa and Egypt, of course. So we have a lot of projects regarding digitalization. We will speak in brief ways about each project and what the learned lessons we get from to transfer and exchange knowledge about this project. This is our portfolio in softwares. We have SAP system. Okay. Next. Yes. Firstly, we have SAP system for ERP. We have Ample Logic quality management system and documentation management system. We have StarLIMS as a laboratory information management system. And we have building management system, Desigo from Siemens. And we have Empower 3 for chromatographic management. Firstly, we will speak about sub-project. The project duration, it takes about 10 months. We started at 2016 to August 2017. This is the first step we take. And actually, it is a big challenge. We face a lot of resistance and we face a lot of troubles when we start this process. Actually, we select modules for material management, production planning, quality management, and the plant maintenance, sales and distribution. This is okay, this is the modules we select. The challenges we face, firstly about cost of implementation, cost of validation. It is a massive software. I think all of us know about SAP. It is mega software that work about most of our processes. So how we will do this implementation, how we will replace all the paperwork with electronic processes, how we will do the validation, and it will touch every process in the company. Also, which is present in each office, each computer. The resistance, actually this is one of the most challenges that you will face in your digitalization journey. You will face the company and the people used to do the process with certain way, and when you shift him to another way, it will be not easy. Also, timing for go live. Each project should have a start and the end, how you will end the process, and how you will go live with the system and apply it for all the processes. This was a big challenge. Actually, we have a lot of learned lessons that we need to exchange. Firstly, how to prepare your URS, user requirement specification, as my previous speaker say. To set your URS, this is one of the most critical steps that you need. Understand your software that you are going to implement. This is very essential. Also, select the validation and implementation partners. The company that will implement the system or configure the system for your processes. Also, the company that will prepare the validation work for you if you will use external support for validation. This is very, very essential. To use a company with a great history and have a previous work in the same field, this is very essential. And also prepare your people first. Even to prepare URS, if you will implement a new software, for example, like our process SAP, so you need to train your people about SAP first to be able to do the URS, to understand the system well, and so imagine how he will very, very essential steps to prepare your system and to start with this such mega project. We will confirm with another project that we do also. Empower project for chromatographic management system. The project take from us about 6 months. It is between 2018 and 2019. Also, we face a lot of challenges that we can speak about. Actually, we have the HPLCs in our laboratory is Agilent. And Empower, as you know, is related to waters. So when you start with chromatographic management systems that not from the company you purchase your HPLC from. This is the integration of Empower to Agilent HPLC was not an easy task. And so, also again, make such massive change, you don't have to start completely for all your laboratories. You can start basically by unit, gradually change, make effect more faster and more easier. So in our case, we started with QC labs and then shift to stability labs and then shift to R&D labs. So these gradual steps and these gradual phases helps us a lot to implement the system. Also, as you know, quality control, we have colleagues from quality control here. Quality control, massive amount of work, massive amount of papers, massive amount of chromatograms, and the massive amount of calculations, sheets, logbooks, to shift this all paper-based system to electronic system. This is system by system, process by process, to be easy to implement and the people can afford this process. The next software we speak about, AmbiLogic. We have electronic quality management system and electronic documentation management system from AmbiLogic. We started with the project at 2020. The project, we started with electronic quality management system first. The project took about 4 months. Actually, this time was the time of Corona crisis. This was very bad history and a very, very difficult case. We started the implementation actually at March 2020, when all the world has stopped traveling and all the work at home, and while all the protection instructions was in our company. So this was actually if I memorize the events, it was so difficult. So I want to speak some in details about how AmbiLogic help us. Actually, they support in everything. Support in setting the URS with their previous project and with their previous history in pharmaceutical companies. They help us a lot to set our URS. They listen to us very carefully. They configure our processes, draw our processes, understand our processes, help us in risk assessment, help us in the specification settings. They support in preparation in IT infrastructure. We have they support even in conflict resolution. When you start such a project, you will have different department. Each one of them have some imagination for the process and may conflict arise. I remember that they help us a lot in accepting all the comments, accepting all the directions, accepting all the specifications, and they help to resolve all this process. They support also in validation. Yes, it is. Actually, we have our servers and we have our system. The database is implemented in our system. they can speak about if they have in our case, we have our server system and we implement, like it is web-based application, but the database is present in our server infrastructure. Actually, also in Go Live and the training of our staff in this system, they support a lot. They do training one and the other and the other again and again and again, help us in all the cycles, all the scenarios, all the failure modes. They do a lot of help in this process. And also after Go Live, after the system has started, when some modifications, and this is normal, when you start with a system, you will do a changes. This is the normal of life, that you need to improve and you need to do changes. They support a lot. We have modules for change control, deviation management, complaint handling, CAPA management, audit management, vendor qualification, and B module and all document module, also batch record module. So the learned lesson at this slide, to select your partner. When you select your partner well, this is will save more time and more effort. Our last software we will speak about, building management system. Also, the project take about 12 months to 14 months. We started at 2020. We have a massive scope for the BMS, and this was not an easy project. Who work with BMS know how the variety of applications, the variety of sensors, the number of zones that we work with. We have 28 air handling units, 3 chillers, 10 pumps, the environmental conditions and the utilities work for each application is not an easy task also. So, but you save a lot of time. When you work with this building management system and avoid writing, for example, that we know temperature and humidity in each room. So this is save a lot of time in the work. Learned lessons, start gradually. We didn't need to start with all the scope. Actually, we start only with the air handling units and the zones. Then we extend the application to chillers and pumps. This is our phases. Use the support. When you have a good partner, he will support you a lot to do your efforts and to do your tasks. Validation is not an easy stage in each project, so you need to plan well for this validation activity. So each paper will be inspected, each signature will be checked. So when you shift over to digitalization and to do software, it will be very difficult to return again to paper-based system. Actually, we are now going with the next step for EBMR. We are going with next step for laboratory information management system. So the journey will continue, inshallah. Thank you, and any questions? Actually, through BMS, you can control every building in your company. You can control even the entry and the exit of employees from the company. Fire. Actually, you cannot work without BMS. This is save a lot of time in recording and a lot of...
You are asking some questions.
My question for the gentleman. So
is it available to catch some data from the sensors which is spread all over the building to catch the data as a big data, and you can use it in a smart artificial intelligence for that, or something like
Yeah, I understand.
self-healing
Yeah.
for a problem which there is a problem occurred, so you have something of self-healing.
Yeah. So to answer your question, so I have see when you are talking about like some self-decision making based on the repetitive things. Am I right? If I understand correctly. So to make that, you need a good amount of data first. You agree? So now. Example which we are currently implementing. When you are creating an SOP, right? When you create an SOP, you need to pick some questions and put it in the LMS system. Agree or not? Now we built an algorithm. Once you keep your SOP into the system automatically creates the questions and puts into the LMS, learning management system. You getting my point? At the same time, whenever there is a SOP got changed, it only pick up the respective question. You're getting my point? So once you have the data, then you can able to use the data by applying some algorithms. I will not talk about artificial intelligence. We cannot apply at this moment. Once you have a data, let's start with the machine learning algorithm based on the past data. Yes, we can very well do. If you really wanted to do it now, if you have a data, I'm happy to work with you from tomorrow onwards. Okay. So any other questions? I'll be glad. And put as many questions as you can to the analysts or other people around who are the speakers, so that really helps them to kind of make other people also knowledgeable with your questions. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have any other questions to LS team?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.